Wayne sees you on it because he's on it as well.
Right.
So he sees. How does he even get in touch with you?
He had his home. He had a dude called EI who knew Fendi, and EI hit Fendi like, "Yo, Wayne been talking about this girl all day. He want to meet her. He want her to be down with this crew. He just put together this new cruise called Young Money. Nobody had heard of Young Money. We didn't know what the hell a Young Money was." And Fendi called me and put me on three-way with Wayne one day, and that was all. It was the scariest thing in the world. I was so scared because all day I was cleaning up my room, I was doing a bunch of stuff around the house with my mother, and I had stopped listening to the come up DVD, and once it ends, there's a song that will just keep playing over and over, like the menu. So the song on the menu would just keep playing, and it was a Wayne song. Gotcha. So I always said like I conjured him up because after a couple hours of that playing nonstop, Fendi called me and Wayne was on the line.
That had to be. Is that your turning point? Well, what is that? What is that for you? What is the Wayne call for Nicki? What is it for you? Like, what does it symbolize?
It symbolized that maybe, just maybe, all the things that I was hoping and praying for my whole life could happen. I didn't know that it would at that moment just yet, but I just knew that this is where I wanted to be because I loved him. And I was like, first of all, it felt surreal, but I just was like, where else would be, like, where could be more perfect for me to be? You know, like, to me, he was like that new young energy. Even though he had been in the industry for so long, he had this energy that I loved, and I felt like I could match it.
So now this is going on for you. You're not, the Young Money's understood, but where's the next turning point after meeting Wayne, after meeting Gucci? What's your next thing that's influential for you that moves you closer to where you want to be?
Well, signing the deal. People don't know this, but once Wayne was rapping and saying, "I just signed a chick named Nicki Minaj" and all that stuff, and he did songs with me for my mixtapes, but I didn't get a check. I didn't sign on a dotted line. So I never knew if this was real or not. I never knew if he could wake up one day and be like, "Nah, I changed my mind," you know? Yes. Yeah. And in fact, one day he did kick me out of Young Money for a little period of time because I had to leave for Miami and go to a show that I had booked. And he was like, "What? But we here working." And I'm like, "But I booked a show. I don't want to get sued," you know? But
and it's the time too. You're trying to build your bread up. You're trying to get your shit popping and stable.
I never relied on Lil Wayne. I always wanted to bring something to the table. I always wanted to have like my own buzz, and that's why I started building like the whole Twitter, social media thing on my own. You know, engaging with my fans, so that I knew he would eventually hear like, "Yo, this chick got a buzz of her own." And then, sure enough, when there started being a little bidding war for me, you know.
I remember that.
And then you know, and Deborah wanted me to sign with a particular with someone else, and Wayne was like, "Yo, what you mean? Like, you even thinking about not signing with Young Money? Are you crazy?" And I was just like, "Oh, I thought you wanted just to A&R the project." He was like, "Well, I don't want to A&R no more. I got a label, right?" So he switched it up one with me and Drake, and he then decided like, "No, I don't want to A&R y'all projects. Y'all got to sign a Young Money." And neither of us were going to say no out of loyalty because he had allowed us to come on the road with him without no contract signed or nothing. Mm-hmm. We were standing and, you know, performing in front of 20,000 people a night because of him. So there was no way I was going to say no. It wasn't about the monies to me. It was just about the loyalty. And so that happened, and then I started working towards that first album. And so that was the big thing. So I got a little advance. I made sure, you know, one thing, I had a great lawyer from the beginning. I had the lawyer that I have now is the lawyer who I signed my deal with. And one thing I made sure I didn't do was sign a 360 deal. You know, that was the one thing my lawyer put me onto that a long time ago. And thank you, Jesus, that I never had to sign a 360.